Let's go ahead and create a new import template. I'm gonna click on new import and I'm gonna give it a title, income statement. You can choose an image if you wanna make it more presentable, if you plan to share it with people. You can give it a description, either something internal or something to be shared. Just gonna go ahead and click save, and you see that I have an empty income statement template that I just created. And I can either create the template by adding different lines and creating them. So let's say I can go ahead and type in sales and create new line called sales. But it's actually much easier to just go ahead and import my file. This is the file that I'll be importing. It has a summary income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. And keep in mind that sometimes, especially when you're working with Dropbox or OneDrive or other products that sync your files continuously, you might not be able to import the file while it's open. So if this happens, just go ahead, close the file, and try re-importing it again. So the import process has 5 steps. First thing I'm gonna pick here is whether my files contains headers or no, and mine does. I'm also gonna pick the sheet that I wanna import from, and it's the first sheet here, the income statement. Go ahead, press next, and here it gives me the option to select line codes column. So if I have codes that are like short codes for each line that I can then use throughout my logic and my formulas, I can pick those here. But since it's the first time I'm using this, I don't have those. And just gonna confirm that I don't have those. Then the software will try to pretty much generate those for me. This is where we can map the lines. So if we already have existing lines in our project, we can map those here. Otherwise, we can just let it map to those codes and create new. You can see that all of those are new, and some of those are turned off because they're formulas, or we may have some empty ones or something like that. Not sure why this is turned on. Usually formulas are turned off. Just gonna turn it off because I don't want anything that's a formula to come in. I only want the lines that I can then use and calculate EBITDA on my own, and EBITDA margin and profit margin and so on and so forth. Gonna hit next. Here I have a preview of what I'm importing, and I have the data that's available. Just gonna click once, drag, and click twice to select all those. Click next, and this is a preview of what I'll be getting in the project. I'm gonna hit import. Here they are. So one thing to note is that probably end up with missing dates. Just gonna go ahead and type those real quick. Okay, 2018, 12/31. Let me type this one as well. And the last one, we have all the dates. Let's just go ahead and fix this one. Now this should work. Here, what we can do is you can go ahead and change all the numbers. You can also go ahead and change the names. The only thing that you cannot change is the code. And the reason for that is that as you start building your reports and the logic in them, you type those codes, and then if you're able to change them, just breaks all the links, and your formulas and your reports won't work anymore. In the future, as we get more data for the next periods, and here I have these by year, but they can be by quarter, by month, by week even, just go ahead, add a new period, or directly import a file with different period names, and those will be stacked here. In some instances, if it's just like 10 lines or something like that, I might even just add a new period. Let's say calendar year 2021, 12/31 comes in here as a blank period, and I can just go ahead and start typing in numbers. One thing to note is that as we are in the income statement import template, you can also go ahead and edit the template, reorder it, format it however you like. You can also add new lines that are already existing from other templates, or create new lines directly. Removing a line from here would only remove it from the template. It won't delete it. If you want to delete data, you can either delete a whole period, or if you want to delete a specific line, you can go to all data and you can delete it from here. Now that we have our income statement, let's go ahead and quickly add our balance sheet. I'm gonna go over to the balance sheet tab, click next. I don't have codes, next. And here you see that it detected all the empty lines, all the header lines, and turned those off as well. So just gonna leave it as it is. Next, those are the lines. Click to select all the periods. Next, and this is what I'll be getting. Import, and you can see that because I had the same titles of my periods, those are now attached to the same periods that you already had for the income statement. So if I go to all data, I only get the 3 periods and all the relevant data.